Microphones, dynamic and condenser. Making the right choice.
There are basically two types of microphones that I want to talk about. One is the dynamic mic, and the other is the condenser mic. Without microphones, it would be impossible to have amplified sound. Just about everything that happens in audio has to first come through a microphone. Microphones are also classified by their pickup patterns. The pickup pattern is the way that the microphone responds to the sound coming into it from different directions. The most common type of microphone used in live sound is the dynamic mic. Most likely you are already using one of these. They operate just like a loudspeaker does, except in reverse. When the sound hits the diaphragm, it causes the coil inside to move back and forth between a little magnet. The result is a small electrical current that represents the original sound wave. Quite amazing when you think about it. The pickup pattern for a dynamic mic is very narrow, meaning you basically have to be right in front of it and very close to achieve good quality sound. This makes it great for vocals because this pickup pattern gives you a higher resistance to feedback, especially with very loud monitors on stage. They can also withstand an amazing amount of high sound pressure levels, making them ideal for miking up guitar amps and drum kits. These microphones are very dependable and rugged, making them excellent for live sound applications. You'll find them everywhere. Condenser microphones are quite different in design and operation from a dynamic mic. The diaphragm in this mic is mounted above a backplate. An electrical current is applied to the diaphragm, charging it with a fixed voltage. When the sound hits the diaphragm, it moves up and down against the backplate. In doing so, it changes the electrical charge induced on the backplate. The fluctuating voltage is now your original sound wave. The diaphragm responds quickly and accurately to the source, allowing really good sound quality. An electrical current that charges the diaphragm may be supplied from a battery in the mic. It may also be supplied from the console through the mic cable. This is called phantom power. There's a master switch on the back of most small format consoles that turns on the phantom power for all of the channels.
Condenser mics require phantom power. What that is in the console, 48 volts DC was chosen to be the standard that's used for powering microphones. It's completely isolated from channel to channel. There's no problem. I see consoles with phantom power on-off switches per channel. I always wonder what they put them there for. There's no problem plugging a dynamic mic in with phantom power on it. It's not going to hurt the dynamic microphone.
Some consoles have phantom power switches on the top of every channel. If your console doesn't have phantom power, you will be limited to using only condenser mics that have provisions for a battery. Some good uses for condenser mics are for miking up choirs, overheads and hi-hats on a drum kit, and acoustic guitar. The pickup pattern for these mics can vary. The most common is omnidirectional, which means the microphone picks up the signal evenly from all around it. Cardioid is another common pickup pattern. It rejects the sound from the back and the sides of the mic. Condenser mics don't offer as much resistance to feedback, and they need to be handled more carefully because of the delicate components inside. Use them properly though, and you won't be disappointed with the sound. Choosing the best microphone for the application, whether it's dynamic or condenser, gives you an excellent start to a good sounding mix.
Although there's no real set rules about microphone selection for a specific thing, there are some general principles that seem to work well and are sort of industry proven. And dynamic mics in general, because they are more hardy, they take more sound pressure level in general without damaging them or else without distorting them, are real good on things like toms. So that's why we recommend on toms, on drums, or on a kick drum we use dynamic mics. We use Sennheiser 421s, or we use Shure SM57s or EV Dynamics, mics like that. Condensers are great because they're very sensitive. They have a nice detail to a condenser microphone. They're good on choirs. They're good on piano. They're good on guitar, if you can get away with it, if you've got the right situation. So condenser mics are very, very sensitive. They don't like to be dropped. You can damage the capsules very easily by dropping them or knocking them, excessive blowing into them isn't good for a condenser microphone. A dynamic microphone will take a lot of abuse. You can drop them. I don't recommend dropping them, but I mean they will stand to a lot of constant wear and tear, and are a good selection to have in anyone's microphone kit for all-round general purposes.
In reviewing the microphone section, there are basically two types that the industry uses. These are dynamic and condenser. Dynamic mics are very dependable and rugged. They can also withstand very high sound pressure levels, making them ideal for live sound. Dynamic mics also have a narrow pickup pattern, giving you a higher resistance to feedback. Condenser mics respond quickly and accurately to incoming sound sources, allowing you very good sound quality. They also require phantom power in order for them to work. This can either be supplied by the console or a battery inside of the microphone. Condenser mics can offer a wide variety of pickup patterns. The most common are omnidirectional and cardioid. Condenser mics don't offer a lot of resistance to feedback, and they need to be handled more carefully. Choosing the right microphone for the application will make your job much easier and more enjoyable. I realized as we've been shooting this video that we've covered an incredible amount of information, and much of it has been complex. But this is the reason for the video, so you can go back and go through the sections that maybe didn't make sense to you. I also didn't learn this information overnight, but I know that with patience and practice, you'll master this. Also, whenever listening to music, listen to how it's mixed. Where's the vocal in the mix? What about the drums, or the guitars, or the keyboard? What's their relation to the mix? There are many good engineers out there mixing these songs. Listen and learn from them as well. I know it's going to make you a better engineer.
Sound Simple is committed to your understanding of the audio world. Check us out on the web at www.soundsimple.com, where you can get interactive by posting questions or searching for answers. Sound Simple, instructional audio for your future.